and I support LIFTO. So today I'm going to do a presentation basically to give you all a synopsis of what LIFTO actually is. Just because I'm sure your children go home and say, we had so much fun today, but you don't know what they're doing because it's positive fun, but we want to tell you exactly what the positivity is. So LIFTO is leveraging information for tomorrow, ourselves. All right. Mission statement. Now, one thing that I had the students do that I actually want everyone else to do, because I think this is very important, because the mission statement defines what LIFTO is. So no matter what we learn throughout this PowerPoint, this in its entirety is what LIFTO is. So I want us all to say in unity what LIFTO is, because as our parents, you all actually help us to create LIFTO ourselves, because we can't do it ourselves. You guys take us, to and from, and we need the encouragement. So if everyone can help me say the mission statement together, we can start. Ready? The mission of LIFTO is to leverage pertinent information in an innovative and creative way through programs that create a measurable change in the global community. Now you guys don't know how much better that sounded compared to the children. It was not that good. But that means that we are already starting off together. So that's something good. Okay, we're going to continue on. A little history about LIFTO. Okay, information and the access to it has always been the driving force of humanity. Does anyone know what that means? I'm sure you all do, but I'm going to explain it myself. No, I said, does anyone know what that means? So basically, information, we're talking, this PowerPoint and this slide is defining what information is and how it comes about. Information is probably the most important thing that you have to have in the world, because what can you do without information, period? And that's a part of what LIFTO is getting information out to the community, bringing it in from the community, and helping us to circulate it throughout. So that's just a little history of information. One thing that we like to talk about is how the internet has revolutionized the rate at which information comes in and the rate that information goes out. And if you read this slide, it says children are being diagnosed with ADD and ADHD at higher rates, when in actuality, it's nothing wrong with the children, because a lot of times lately, we have so many diagnoses saying that children are able to comprehend certain things. And we'll be sitting in class, and a lot of children literally get bored and restless. And it's not that they don't understand, it's that the information in school is not coming to them as quickly as it can. So one thing that LIFTO wants to do, we like to encourage schools, because they, our sponsors, they come out and speak to some of our teachers also about different ways to put technology in school, and just as a way to help students learn better. Because it's not that we don't have the ability to learn, it's how we're learning. Because if you get on Twitter, that's a social network, Facebook, a social network, any type of instant messaging site, the information comes to you in seconds. That's how quick that the mind is thinking, and that's how quickly we're able to access information. Now, if we sit in class and we have to listen to someone speak so slowly, we're learning lesson every second, reading out of a book, it's just not the way technology is advancing. So basically, LIFTO wants to help the community advance also. We want to bring everyone up with us, because not to say that we don't read books, but there's a Kindle. A Kindle is like a laptop for reading books. You know what I'm saying? So there are different ways to incorporate technology with education, because we don't want students to walk around being told that they're not intelligent or that they can't learn when they really can. We just have to learn how to incorporate the new things that we're a part of with the, the old teachings that we should learn. So that's one thing. Okay. So like I said, it's clear that the information is coming faster and faster than before, and that is what LIFTO is, leveraging information for tomorrow ourselves. So we want to get the information that we're supposed to be learning, that you all learned in school, that might have been easier for you all to learn in a classroom setting, but we want to help pull it in together using technology. Okay. So some things about LIFTO. LIFTO is a nonprofit organization. We like to deem this information in an innovative and creative way, which is why we have different, we did the Kicks and Conversations, and that's when we had different, a lot of the children, they got an opportunity to have a spoken word contest where they did rapping or singing. And of course we had guidelines, we weren't having like negative rapping or anything. But it just gave us a chance to grow as a community. When I tell you, so many students in DeKalb County come up to me constantly, you're a member of LIFTO, and they want to be a part of this. So that's what we want. We don't want to be known as a gang. We want to be a community of people, period, that have a positive impact, and we encourage others around us to do it. So we have the resources here. We just using them. We're learning how to use them. Okay. In LIFTO education, when most school systems measure intelligence based on a model that was developed 60 years ago and not necessarily formulated for how we learn today. So we have the YES. Because most teachers are forced to teach towards the state mandated standards, tests which are notoriously known to have limitations, creativity is missing from the school. So that's where we bring in LIFTO. The YES is the Young Entrepreneur Society, which is our society, because we are entrepreneurs and we don't want anyone to have to work for anyone. We should be able to create our ideas and, put them into fruition. And we do this in 3 parts, and that's through internships, mentoring groups, and community service. Our internships. We value internships. That is one of our biggest aspects of LIFTO. And I know Troy here, who is recording me currently, he actually has an internship at Fly Kicks, and I know my sister Miana, she interns at one of the boutiques. Adrian, a boutique off of Peter Street. So she gets to, if she wants to be a fashion designer, that's something she can work in. And I currently want to work in like social working and helping people, and just period. That's all I want to do in life is help people. So Ryan, he happens to be, working social working, so he's getting me an internship currently. So whatever your children are doing, they get to have something that works with their craft and helps them in life, because you don't want to go in school and just take social studies and it has nothing to do with what you want to do in life. So this is like an extracurricular activity that will help you with something that you want to do in the future and enhance those skills that you'll need. You get hands-on, hands-on work. So that's one important, very important aspect of it. The mentoring groups. And the focus of our bi-weekly mentoring groups is to cultivate professional and personal development. We also assist children with any educational needs they may have, and we invite inspirational speakers. They come in and they speak on the importance of entrepreneurship. And we recently, last week, I'm sure you guys know because you had to drop them off, we had a speaker come in, and he basically, when I tell you, he set out a proposal to us, and he said, any one of us that can come up with, because I'm not sure if they told you or not, but you guys need to get on them about this. And I'm personally holding him to his promise to us. He promised us that anyone that could come up with a business opportunity, something that they want to create as their personal business, he will back us financially. So if they have any business that they personally want to do as an entrepreneur in the future, or well now, because this is our future, we want to get there. In the future, we want to be counting our money. We don't want to be talking about what we want to do. So that's what we're doing now, is getting it together. So he promised us that any one of us that if he approves of our proposals to him, as far as the business that they want, then he will back us financially. And that's as far as starting up a website, getting your card started, anything that and he will give us the education that we need on how to make the business yours, copyright and patent and that such thing. So when I tell you he was so inspirational, like they constantly bring people to us that can continue to just give us inspiration and teach us, not just show us, but teach us and give us hands-on ways. So our mentoring groups are amazing as well. And community service. So we require the young entrepreneurs to do community service because giving back is the most important thing. And if they're giving back to us, then we have to give back to someone also. So we're constantly doing different community service projects. We recently put on a car wash also, and it was free, but we got to get community service hours because in school, in high school, you have to have a certain amount of hours anyway. So that was really good.
And also over the summer, the kids, we fed about 40 homeless kids. That's a part of a program called Stand Up for Kids. And the kids raised the money for the event. They came out and spoke with those kids and interacted with those kids. So that was a very touching thing we did over the summer as far as community service.
Internships, community service, and mentoring groups. The Young Entrepreneur Society is also driving force in LIFTO as a whole. We market LIFTO, we come up with the programs and the fundraising activities and projects, and they involve the children, which is us, in developing these programs for LIFTO because no one knows what we know ourselves. So basically that's just to say, LIFTO is ours. We have our extras, they help us, our adults, but LIFTO is our group. So whatever we produce, we like to feel like, we like to take ownership. we were the ones who were able to create these ideas. And it gives people that you know, the quietest, I'm telling you, when I tell you it's people that are so quiet, you would never expect your children to be these people. But they give us the opportunity to show ourselves, or show a side of ourselves that we might not be comfortable with. We might be behind the scenes, but it's something that we created. So it gives you the confidence to go out in the real world and show the ideas that could be created in the future that you might be afraid of, you know? So that's really good. We're gonna continue on. So this is the next aspect, and that's the health and wellness. And we believe that the health and wellness is one of the most important things for children nowadays, period. Because children really do not understand, and I'm saying children, but I am a child, but we really, when I tell you, we really do not understand how important it is to stay fit, mentally and physically. And that's one thing that we work on in LIFTO a lot. Our health crisis in America, obviously, it's not the best, because children are becoming obese. And one thing that a lot of people don't know is that they've had, when you go to the doctor and you get measured, or like, you know, they tell you how your weight for that age, they have had to change the weight for the age because it's getting out of control now. That's not the average anymore. And we don't want that to be the case anymore. And it's not even just weight, it's mental health as well. So that's one thing we try to work on in LIFTO. So when we have little events, we try to have like water instead of soda. We try to do things like that that'll help us, you know, even if the children say, we want soda, you know, just little things. And you educate them on why it's important to not drink that, you know what I'm saying? So that's something good. Also, the LIFTO boot camp is a rigorous 6-week evening workout plan with a physical trainer. Sponsored by LIFTO. The LIFTO boot camp is from 6 to 8 on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The LIFTO boot camp encompasses physical fitness and nutritional awareness. The LIFTO boot camp is also open to adults and children, and it is free. And we offer 6 weeks of boot camp on a quarterly basis. So.
The kids are just free.
Oh.
No, sir.
But it will be a discounted rate.
Well, yeah, but the adults will get a discounted rate though, but the kids are free.
So maybe you guys want to work out with us. That would be great also.
One thing about this boot camp, not only does it is it a physical aspect that you're eating, and what exactly is that doing to your body. Because a lot of people don't understand that half the things that we eat, we're not supposed to be eating, including myself, you know. So I'm trying to work on that better, get better at it myself. So I just want to incorporate that into what all we're doing, you know, get this, educating people on what we're eating and what exactly is it doing to our body. Because people are getting sicker at earlier ages. People at 40 having to have heart surgeries and kidney problems. So we want to get people beforehand and tell them, okay, listen, this is what causing this, and how can you change that?
Well, so, you know, if you're really serious about it, we're serious about it too. So, you know, it's just something that we offer, and we think it's just for the betterment of mind, body, and spirit. You need to, you know, take care of all 3 aspects of yourself.
Activities that encourages children. So basically, this is the fun version of our boot camp, because some children might get discouraged. A lot of times you might feel like you can't handle it. So we do fun activities also, and you'll still get the same results in my opinion, but it's just a different way that's more attractive to children, so that we'll feel better about it. The Global Technology Initiative. Our Global Technology Initiative is a program we're developing where we will spread technology usage in parts of the world that don't have access or can afford it. And this is us gearing out past the community, because once we establish what we need to in the community, we have to take this farther, because you don't want to just stay at the same level. We have to continue to build ourselves. So we're going to go out into other parts of the world. In addition to spreading technology usage, we plan on using video technologies to create a cooperative learning program between kids from different countries. The cultural exchange and sharing of information between kids of different countries and cultures will be very beneficial in developing a global identity in the youth we serve. This program will be aimed from the 10 to 14 age group. This is LIFTO, a creative new age way we leverage information in a time when all information is free. We have just begun, and we hope to have support from you all along the way. Thank you. And I'm not finished, of course, because there's so much more to say, but go ahead, Ryan.
All right, speaking of LIFTO, I have a representative going to Nigeria this January to begin to set that up. So that's something I'm very excited about. I think it's going to be very good.
Awesome. That is amazing, actually. That's probably the most important thing to me. I'm really excited about that.
And hopefully once some of our seniors is going to college next year, we want to be able to send them over. Instead of us going over there, we want to be able to send them to Africa to set it up and to learn or whatever. So this program could possibly go on beyond high school.
Organization, because there's a lot of money out there, but we just don't, always have the necessary tools to get that money. So we're in the process of working with a grant writer out of California, and every grant that she wrote for the educational system in California, she got. So we're just, we're drawing from other people, just like the kids are drawing from us. We're drawing from people who have experience and things like that, so we can, become global and do the things that we want to do and have the funds to do the things that we want to do. Because, we have the heart, but, getting the money together is also a very important piece. We're at the points now that we care about LIFTO so much that if we could, use LIFTO as our income, we would gladly, quit our day jobs in order to do that. So that's why we're in the process of getting these grants so that we can have the opportunity to give our all to LIFTO.
And we should have a 501c3, which is the nonprofit tax status. We should have that by January. The process has just begun, and it takes at least 2 months, or the longest it can take 12 months. So we're hoping that everything is appropriate.
Hoping to get it the first time.
Yeah, so we're working with a CPA, and she calls me every day trying to get our paperwork straight so we can have that 501c3 by January.
Additionally, another thing that we are implementing with LIFTO are tutoring services. We know that our children SAT prep first, and the kids can come probably to the library where we're going to have tutors. We have teachers who have volunteered their time. In addition to me, I teach science at Stevenson High School, so well versed in all of the sciences to help our children so they can make sure that they're passing their tests and going on and do great things. We're probably going to get more graduation test tutoring starting in January, so they can have it fresh for the test in March, because we know we do have some juniors in LIFTO. And in addition, just any subject that the kids may have issues with, coming in trying to get help, because it's going to be difficult for them to get where they need to go if they don't recognize, I need help with this, I need support, let me go out and get it. And we want to be able to provide that for them. So you guys will probably know soon exactly the times and the dates for the SAT prep that will start in November.
Another reason why we do that is because these standardized tests are notoriously known for holding our kids back. And so we want to get them, like other races, they send their kids to SAT prep classes and pay $1,000. A lot of our kids don't have access to the same thing, so we want to offer that for free. So we need to tell these kids the importance of you getting something for free that other people pay thousands of dollars for. So we want to get them over that hump and give them what they need.